be showing you how to make custom rigs inside Roblox Studio, and I'm also going to be showing you how to attach your own custom accessories to Roblox characters. So, to get started, I'm just going to make a simple sheep. So, in order to make sheep, it exists out of limbs, a humanoid root part, a torso, and a head. So, I'm gonna start with a humanoid root part. So, go ahead, humanoid root part. Make sure it's spelled like that. Then, you wanna insert a decal. And as you can see, its face is automatically set to front. Set it to front if it isn't set to front. So this is the front side of the humanoid root part. So that's important because our head will be on the front side. So just kill it. Right? That's our humanoid root part. Then duplicate it. If it's duplicated above it, that's because you have collisions on. So turn it off and then duplicate it so it's on the same position. And then call this torso. Now set the color to anything you want. I'm gonna make it white. And then I'm gonna set the humanoid root part's transparency to 1. So now it's gone. Then duplicate the torso. Move it up a little. This is gonna be our head. Make sure it's on the front side of the humanoid root part. And I'm gonna make it a little blocky, like in Minecraft. So that's our head. I'm not gonna add a face because it takes so long. Then call it head. Okay. Then wait, no. Then select the torso again and duplicate it. And now I'm gonna make the legs. So just make a fin thing like so. Now I want the size to be the same for both axes. So what I'm gonna do is, as you can see here, I have size. Oh, it's already the same. Nice. Okay. So I made it 1 by 1 by 2.75. I'm gonna duplicate it once, and then I'm gonna go to, okay, come on. Then I'm gonna go to model, stop, and I'm going to set this to 0.5. Then just move it across the edge like so, and then put it where you want it. Now they're aligned. Then I'm gonna make it 0.25 and move it 1 to the left, 1 to the right. Right, nice. Then duplicate it, put it there. And there's our sheep. It doesn't look like sheep. Doesn't matter. Now you wanna call these, stop. You wanna name these legs. So this will be the left leg. So it's gonna be called leg L. And I'm also gonna put another letter behind it called F. F stands for front. And these legs here are back. So I'm gonna use B for that. So this is leg RF. This one is leg LB. And this one is leg RB. Alright. Successfully named all of these parts. Select all of them. And then do Command G. Or Ctrl G if you're on Windows. Then I'm gonna call the model sheep. You can call whatever you want. And the next step is very important. You see its primary part property here. Click on the empty box, select the humanoid root part. If you don't have properties window, click view and just toggle this on. Now that we have set the humanoid root part, we can insert our humanoid. And there we go. Now, you should have a name tag. If you don't, then you probably called these things wrong. make sure that you have at least a head and a human root part, because those are required for a humanoid. Then set the display distance type to none if you don't want a name tag, else keep it at viewer or subject. Right. Now, one important thing is hip height. So what is hip height? Well, hip height is a property inside a humanoid at the game tab here, and it's basically just the height between the floor to the humanoid root part, which is this part right here. And luckily our legs are already this height, 2.75, so we can just do 2.75. If you don't know the height between the floor and the humanoid root part's lowest point, then just create a part and scale it until you know the size. Okay, now that we have that, we are all set. Let's rig this guy. To get started, if you don't already have a plugin called Rig Edit Light, then go to plugins and type in Rig Edit Light, like so, and install this plugin right here. As you can see, I have it installed. This is the plugin I use to rig my custom characters. Now select sheep and then open up the plugin. As you can see, you have this little window. Now for you, it probably says step 1. Make it 0. This will be easier to move our joints. Right. So what is a joint? A joint is a motor 6D and a weld is a weld. What am I talking about? Well, let me show you. So to get started, select your humanoid root part. As you can see, it has a 1. Then select your next part in this order. So select the torso by holding Ctrl or Command if you're on a Mac, and then press create joint. So a joint is basically gluing parts together, but you're also able to rotate or move the parts with animations. While if you were to only do a weld, then it would only glue the parts together and you wouldn't be able to rotate or move it at all. So that's why we want a motor 6D. Now, you specifically need one for the humanoid root part connected to the torso, because if it's a weld, then you aren't able to animate it for some reason. I don't know why. Anyway, now select the torso and select all of the legs under it. As you can see, it has a bunch of numbers now. Then press create joint. We have all of these things. Now we can move all of them up at the same time, and you want to move them to the intersection of the parts. Now this is the pivot point for parts. This is what's going to be rotating around. Let's say I have this part. If I rotate it, it's pivoting around the point that you see right there in the middle. While if I were to set the pivot point by going to the pivot point editor, it's kind of like a joint. If I put it there and then were to rotate it, not like that, but with rotates, as you can see, it rotates around the pivot point. So we want that. Now, did I just get rid of all of it? Yep, I did. I'm stupid. Okay, hold up. Be right back. Now that we have done that, let's also connect the head up. So, select the torso, then the head. If you have a neck in between the head and the torso, then select the torso, then the neck, create a joint. Then first select the neck and then the head. Don't select the torso as the first one if you're connecting the neck to the head. I'm not able to show you that at the moment, but I hope you understand. Anyway, put this at the point where it's going to be rotating around. I'm going to put that right there. So this is going to be the pivot point. And that's all the joints we need. There you go. Simple as that. So now we can go straight into animating if you want. Just open the animation editor, select this guy, call it something like walk. Now as you can see, we have to press the plus button, add all body, and if it adds all of them, we did it correctly. If it doesn't, then you may have to refollow the whole tutorial. I did it wrong a lot of times as well. It's really annoying. But as you can see, it pivots around the point. Now you're able to see the top of the leg, so you may have to scale it up a little, but it does work. So now we're able to animate it freely. As you can see, rotate the head, works. Though if I move this one, the torso, it moves everything, and if you don't want that, you may need another part specifically for that. Anyway, that's all. So now, if you want to be this character, put start a character, specifically like that, put it in starter player, and just press play. It's gonna load, and there you go. There's she. Now as you can see, we are sliding on the ground because I set the hip height. If you don't, then you're gonna fly all the way to I don't know where, off the base plate. So yeah, as you can see, it doesn't really have animations. You have to make this yourself. If you go inside your character, you may find this animate script. That's because, well, this animate script is for R6 because we set the humanoid rig type to R6. If you set to R15, then you will get a lot more animations, and you're able to overwrite them. The way you do that is by just copying the script while playtesting. Stop it, download a little bit, come on. Okay, then insert it inside starter character scripts right here, and you can overwrite the animation ID with your own. So yeah, really cool. I'm going to be showing you how to add accessories to your character. So right here I have a traffic cone hat. It's an accessory. I just got it from the toolbox by typing in hat. It's right here. It doesn't have any scripts inside. If it does, you should remove them. And you can do whatever you want with it, but if you put it inside sheep, as you can see, it's gonna move to the head. Now, in a normal character, it has a lot of attachments, so the accessory will attach to those attachments. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So when I insert a block rig, as you can see, it has an attachment here. If you go to model, you can show draw on top and constraint details. These are all the attachments and constraints. And for example, a head would attach to this one, so that cone would go on that one. But our custom character doesn't have those attachments. You could add those with this specific name and they will work, but I'm gonna show you without attachments, so the easy way. So as you can see, an accessory exists out of a mesh part. It's called a handle. Just move it outside and remove the accessory. Now that we have this handle with whatever you want, I'm gonna call it cone head right there. Then I'm gonna rotate it. The pivot point is a little annoying, so I'm gonna change that. And I'm also gonna move it like so. Ooh, that's cool. And then I'm not sure if the pivot point is actually wrong. No, it's not. Okay, this is fine. Now select the whole model again, while the cone head is a child of your character. Rig edit. Select the head and the cone head. Create a weld. If you want to be able to rotate the cone head, create a joint and move to the intersect. Else, just keep it as weld on the position right there because you're only even able to move it. So yeah, now that we've done that, we can move it back into starter player. Not starter character script, starter player. There we go. And if we then play test, we should have a lovely cone hat. if you're stuck, then the cone head may be anchored, else it's fine. Yeah, it works. Now, as you see, we have weird bobbing effect when we jump. That has to do with the mass of the player. You'll have to change some properties to do that, but I'm not gonna go into that. Anyway, I've shown you how to make a custom character. I've shown you how to add accessories to your character. This is my first video. I hope you have learned something, and goodbye.